Welcome back to my workshop. Now today's the second video regarding this Algolaser DIY kit. In the previous video you saw me assemble the kit and get it to the position where I powered it on. Now obviously we haven't used it yet, but what I want to do in this video is cover two subjects. Okay, the first subject is installing the drivers for Windows 7, and the second part is getting the app running so you can actually use it either on your tablet or on your phone, and you can actually use the laser that way. Okay, so without any further ado, let's look at installing the drivers. Right, so what we'll do is I'll use my laptop here, and you'll see on the screen somewhere my laptop screen, so you can see what I'm doing. In this nice orange book here, which is the Laser Quick Start Guide, it actually shows you on page 26, it shows you about installing the drivers. Now obviously I'm using Windows 7. Okay, this may be slightly different for Windows 10, so I've had to find a way to do it using Windows 7. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the screen. Right, first thing you've got to do is go to the Algolaser website. So I'm using Google Chrome. Type in Algolaser. Okay, and then search for algolaser.com. Okay, this one here, not the other ones, this one here. Right, once you've got the website open, the quickest way to go about it is to actually click on support here. Actually click on the title. Okay, and what that'll do is that'll bring up this screen. Okay, services and support. And what you want to do is go down to this one here, which is obviously our Algolaser DIY kit, and you want to see the documentation. Now basically that brings up an electronic copy of the orange book we already have. Right, so it eventually brings up your quick start guide. We want to find the driver section, don't we? Ah, this looks like it. Okay, driver installation. So what we're actually looking for is this. Okay, so Windows 7, Windows 8. This is the driver we need to install. Okay, Zadig 2.5 EXE. Okay, now if you look in the documentation a little bit further down here, okay, click on the download link to download the file. Okay, but the problem is if you do this, that doesn't work. Okay, so this is the driver we want, Zadig 2.5 EXE. Okay, and it's, let's have a look at the logo here. Okay, it's this logo. This is what we want to try and find. So if we open up another session of Google Chrome and we just type in here Zadig space 2.5. Okay, it takes us to here, Zadig USB driver, and that's the one we want. Okay, it's the same logo here. Don't go on anything else because it's not quite right. Okay, and this is what you need to get. Okay, so scroll down, get rid of all the adverts. Okay, you need to go to this download here. Okay, now the problem is the documentation says version 2.5. Okay, we've now got a 2.8. Okay, so what you do is you download this and then basically a screen like this comes up. I won't do it again because obviously I've already done it once on my machine. and you follow the instructions on the screen to install the driver. And what that means is once you've installed that, when you plug in your Algolaser DIY kit into the laptop with Lightburn open, it will recognise it. So what we'll do is we'll quickly plug in our laser now. Okay. Plug in the USB-C if I can see it. Plug this into the laptop. Okay, you can hear the notification that it's actually found it. So when you open up Lightburn, you now have the drivers installed. Okay. Right, there's one more thing you need to know before we go any further. Okay, one more thing you may need to know is when you plug it first in, it won't automatically recognise it straight away. Now this is a known issue where Lightburn doesn't automatically detect this laser. Okay, this is being addressed by the software team. Okay, but what you have to do is you have to add it manually. So what we do is we come down to devices here, click. Obviously I've already got this one loaded. But what you have to do is either find my laser, which means it will search for it, but the chances are I won't find it, or you have to create it manually. Okay, if you create it manually, select a GRBL, next, it's going to be connected via USB, next, then you have to call it something else, so we'll call this test 2. Okay, and you have to put in the X and Y sizes. So I think it's a 400 by 400. Okay, that's the millimeter, that's the working bed size. Okay, next, origin of the laser, I'm going to stick with bottom left, okay, because that's where the limit switches are. Next, just check to make sure everything you put in here is okay. Test 2 is the name of the laser, that's the size, and click finish. Okay, so now what we have is our test 2 laser here. Say okay. Okay, the machine bursts into life, and we can now select that laser from this drop down list. Okay, so when you go to use it, okay, it's there ready to be used. Right, so that's quickly installing the drivers and setting up Lightburn to make it work. Right, so I'm going to be installing this onto my phone, which is an Android device. So what we need to do is go to the Google Play Store. That's where I'm going to find the app. And what I have to type in is Algolaser. Okay. So hopefully you should be able to find this without any trouble. Yep, this is one. So if you look at the logo there, the Algolaser logo, that's the one you need. So you just push the install button and you wait for this to do its thing. This can take a little bit of time. Once it's done, then you can open it, and you get, first of all, you get a couple of requests that you have to comply with. Okay, there's not too much problems there. And then what it does is it brings you up with a couple of samples here of what's actually going to be on the app. So you've got like image processing, engraving processing, previews. You'll see all these later on when I'm using the app. Okay, so let's get going. Again, it tells you a couple of conditions that you must click just to get to this next stage. Now, power up your Algolaser, just turn the power on, okay, until it homes, and then it should come up with this screen. Now obviously if it's the first time you've used the machine, it won't be connected to the network. So what you have to do then is push the unconnected. You can either select your laser you've got there, and then it'll ask you to put in your Wi-Fi password for your home Wi-Fi. Okay, because obviously your phone is connected to your Wi-Fi, but also you need your laser connected to the Wi-Fi. Okay, I put my password in there. Okay, obviously you can't read that, and then it gives you further instructions. Now what you have to do now is follow these instructions, and it says push the button 5 times. This is turned on, and this is raised. 2 green lights here. Okay, and it says push this button 5 times until this light flashes white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is flashing white. Excellent. White light blinking. Next steps. Okay, once your light is blinking white, obviously it starts to download. Now if it gets to this 40%, it may freeze. If it does, it happened to me, it's probably because you put the wrong Wi-Fi passcode in. Okay, but then it will take over, it will continue the installation, and then you're ready to go. Right, so if you follow those steps, okay, going to the Google Store, downloading the app, and then connecting the laser using your Wi-Fi. Okay, once you've got that going, this is what should happen now. Okay, whenever you turn on the laser and you open the app, they should connect automatically. Okay, what I've done is I've now installed the same app on my tablet because I'm obviously recording this video on my phone. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got the laser turned off, I've got the app shut down, and what I'm going to do is try to position the camera so you can see me from the start, turn it on and get the app working enough to engrave something. All right, so let's give that a go and see how we get on. Right, here's the basic setup. I've got my Algolaser here. Okay, it's turned off at the moment. And here I have my tablet, but this could quite easily be my phone. And I know it works on my phone because I've already tried it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, turn on this. Okay, the lights come on, it homes, we know that's connected. Okay, right, now what we've got to do is find the Algolaser app, which is here. Okay, a single tap, that opens, and it immediately shows you on the top here, it shows you I'm connected to my DIY kit. It shows me the bed size, it tells me which laser it's got, okay, and it tells you it's an Algolaser. Okay, right, so basically to get this going, let's do some carving. Okay, you've got carving and you've got control. Okay, if we touch control, it literally opens up this screen, and what you can do is you can select how far you want to move it. We'll just go 50 mil so we can see. If I push left and right, up and down, or X and Y, okay, it now moves. Okay, and if I go home, it goes back home. Okay, this seems quite reliable. From here you can lock and unlock and do all sorts of fancy things. Right, that's good, that works. Right, so if we go on to carving, here it shows us there's a library, there's an album, there's text, history, file, barcodes, QR codes, puzzles and drawing. Okay, so all these things are like pre-selectable functions. What we'll do just for demonstration, we'll select text. Okay, let's find what font we want. Okay, so we've got a selection of different fonts we can use. We'll just select the standard one. Okay, and then all you do is you type your text into the main screen here. Okay, we're going to say test 1. Okay, we're going to confirm that. Okay, then we push next up the top right hand corner here. Okay, and this now shows you this is the bed, and obviously this shows you our text. Now you can change the size of that test or that text. Okay, big or small. Let's do it quite small for now. Okay, so let's position size. You can adjust the image. Okay, you can adjust the brightness and the contrast. Probably not really necessary with text. Okay, back to position and size. Happy with that. Now what we could do is here is we can frame it using that little button there, and that actually frames where it's going to be. So you can check to make sure it's in the right location. Once you've done that, then you go to the middle here. It says configure. This sets your laser power up to 100%, 0%. So we just go halfway, 52%. This one here, you can change your speed. So we will say 2000, okay? Or you can just tap on it. I've done that. You can just tap on it and it brings up a scrolly wheel. Okay, we'll stick at 2000. Okay, obviously you can change then other directions and resolutions, qualities, etc, etc. Okay, you can play with that at your leisure. Okay, so once you've done that, push the start button. Okay, it transfers the file. Okay, it's all ready to go. Okay, and all you do is push run. It gives you a safety warning to say confirm, because obviously the laser is going to start. We'll say confirm. The laser bursts into life. Okay. Test one. Alright, so that's without any use of a laptop, which I didn't think I was going to be a fan of, but actually this seems like it could have some good uses. Okay, so that's the basics of how to use the app. Okay, you do get libraries, for example. This should have some pictures in it, yeah, all this sort of stuff. Okay, this is all just for personal use, not commercial. Alright, so I think that's actually going to be quite useful. Right, we'll leave it there. Right, so that's about it. What we've managed to do today is obviously install the drivers. Now, obviously I'm using Windows 7, so sometimes the information you can find is a little bit outdated. But hopefully this will help you install the drivers. Okay, persevere with it, it's worth doing. Just remember, I've installed version 2.8 of the driver. The documentation says version 2.5. Once you've installed the drivers, okay, then it recognizes the machine. In Lightburn, it doesn't necessarily recognize the machine to use it in the program, but that's being addressed at the moment. So in future, you should be able to just plug them in and they'll be fine. Okay, so that's using the PC side. As far as the app goes, I didn't think I was going to be a fan, but it does look like it's actually going to be quite useful. I've installed it on my tablet because obviously my phone is being used for filming, but it works on both my phone and on my tablet, so you don't need the laptop. It's probably slightly harder to do any detailed editing on the app, but if you just want to do some text or some small images, and I've got another little thing I want to show you, but I'll show you in the next video, where I literally draw something and then transfer it onto the laser. Okay, it's quite interesting, but that's the next video. Okay, I hope this video has helped you a little bit. Persevere with it. The app looks quite good, and obviously the driver installation is necessary to make it work. Right, that's enough of me talking. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. This is all taking quite a bit of time. Come on. Right, so first off, let's look at Welcome back to my workshop. Algolaser here, it's all turned off at the moment. I have my laptop here, not my laptop. Oh, start again. Right, I finally managed to get this going. It's found it. It's found it. Look, everybody, it's found it. Okay. Right. What do we do now? See what we do is we'll stop the camera because my battery's about to go flat. Now what I want to do is in this video, oh, shut up. Thank you. Shall I do that again?